We're at the Samson booth at Goals in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm with Tim. How you doing?
Doing well today.
Excellent. So it looks like we have some interesting new products from Samson that we can talk about a little bit. I know we've seen them before, but there's more new exciting things coming out, right?
That's right. We've been doing really well with the Mini 14 stocks that we've been doing for about the last 4 years. We just keep adding models for this Wrangler licensed product. We've got them, of course, for the Mini 14 is how this all started. And then we also have them for the 1022, the 1022 takedown, and the bull barrel models now for the 1022. People keep asking us for more models, so we keep working with Wrangler to come out with that. As you and I were talking about before, these are all Wrangler parts. Wrangler's still shooting the castings for these on the same molds that they were doing back in 1974. They just sent all the parts over to us at Samson. We do all the assembly and the final machining on the castings and put it all together. So these stocks that we're doing are also the same stocks that Wrangler's been putting on their current Mini 14s that they've got with the side folder on there.
That's right, yeah. And it looks like there's a black version now. That's black steel, and then also the stainless steel too. That's right.
So the early guns, there was more of the black guns out there than the stainless, but the current Wrangler guns are the stainless.
And these are still in back order, but they're shipping, right? So that's good.
They are. We're catching up. We've gotten way more efficient at the process, and Wrangler's likewise getting us more parts to work with. It's not like we're trying to choke off the supply. It's just that, like I said, we're using the same molds that they used in 1974 when this was a limited law enforcement product, and they were single shot cavities. They're not multiple cavity molds where they can shoot 10 parts at a time. It's all one at a time. So that really limits the throughput on that product.
And is that the same case for the 1022s over here as well?
Yeah, so the hardware for the 1022 is exactly the same hardware as on the Mini 14. The only difference between the stocks, of course, is the wood. So otherwise, everything from here back is the same that you'd get on the Mini 14.
And if someone picks one of these up, it's all one assembly, kind of drop in your Mini 14 or your 1022, right?
That's correct.
So don't take it apart.
Don't. No. We tell people all the time, do not take your stock apart. Of course, there's always that guy. And we get a phone call. He's like, yeah, I can't get, the thing is here and it's over there. And we're like, all right, put it in a box, send it back, and we'll get it put back together for you.
So how does this fold back up? What's the process for anyone who's never touched them before?
Real easy. You got the button right here.
Okay.
Just push that in, and then you fold the butt plate, and it latches onto the stud on the side there, and it keeps them flopping around.
Now can that unlock on its own, or do you have to actually actuate it?
You got to flip this down, and it's super easy to deploy, and that's locked in place. So it's super fast to go from all folded up to ready to start putting rounds down range.
Excellent. And I think I saw an MP5 over there. You want to take a look at that next?
That's right. We got our new SAS stock on that.
Let's take a look.
Yep.
So we got an MP5 here with a fun new stock, right? It's actually even newer than the other one.
That's right.
From design, yeah.
We just kicked this loose at the NRA show in Dallas this year. This is our SAS stock. It will fit anything that uses a 1913 interface. So if you've got a MP5 like this with an end cap that's got that, or SIG rifles, you got the CZs. Like I said, anything that uses 1913 interface, this stock will go right on. Nice thing about it is the butt plate is adjustable for length of pull, as is the cheek piece. You can raise that and lower that with the push of a button.
Oh wow, okay, easy.
And so if you got a chassis rifle with a less than optimal stock from the factory, you can pull that off and plop one of these right on there. It's a pretty good minimalist stock for the guys in the precision rifle crowd, and it works just as well on a sub gun like this.
Now, is it available? Is it shipping? Or?
It is shipping right now. Okay. We're cranking them out pretty much as fast as we can. All aluminum construction, and it's been a pretty big hit so far. It's kind of surprised at the amount of interest that it's generated in the community right now. But we have a lot of OEMs that are actually reaching out asking for examples. So it's doing really well.
I think so many models are going to that 1913 rail on the back, and then you just need more products to fit that, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good standard interface. I mean, that was the whole point of 1913. I don't think anyone envisioned it being on the back end of the gun. But
such a stress point, yeah, but it works good.
It works. So, you know, this way, you know, proprietary interfaces are out the window.
Yep. No, I have the AKV and the MP5. Both have the 1913 on it, and it works well. So I'm gonna check it out. So we got one more interesting product here. It's kind of a bonus round.
Yeah. So we got the Samson ejector rods that we do for the Ruger Wrangler revolvers.
Oh, such a fantastic little single action too.
So there's not a lot that you can do to accessorize these besides change out your grips or get a fancy holster for it. But the one thing that we were looking at, I got some of these for my kids a couple years ago, and the one thing I didn't like about it was the little tiny factory plastic ejector rod.
That's right, yeah.
And it kind of made it, you know, especially if you're wearing gloves when it's cold out, which in New Hampshire it gets like that.
Yep.
And being a former cowboy action guy, I'm like, well, we should make some of these either the half moon style or the classic bullseye style that you would find on the old Colts of the Old West, and came up with that for the Ruger. And like we were talking about before, all you have to do to install it is loosen up this screw, take it out, take out the plastic one, tuck it, slide this one back in, and tighten up your screw. And in less than 3 minutes, you've got an ejector rod that's easier to get. Has more of a classic style, does not affect the gun's fit into any of the holsters. If it fit in the holster before, it's going to fit in the holster after the fact. And the new one for this year is that we've got this for the bird's head version. The shorter 3.75 inch barrel.
Yeah.
So we just came out with that this year. We've got the one for the standard length. Have had that for a little while.
Yeah. Now, is that going to have a half moon as well, or just the bullseye for the standard length?
Yeah, for either one, you've got it half moon, bullseye, and then you also got your choice of stainless steel or black.
Okay, so good options there, yeah.
And then these also happen to fit the full size Ruger single actions, the Vaqueros, the Blackhawk, Super Blackhawk.
Oh yeah.
The Bearcat. I think that's it.
Probably, yeah.
But the pretty much the full range. Everything except the old Blackhawk and 30 carbine. That one, for some reason, used a different ejector rod. So those are pretty obscure anyway. So check it out when you get a chance. If you got a Ruger single action and you want to upgrade it, you know, all the major distributors carry it. Midway, Brownells. You can hop on their website or hit the Samson website and get one on the way.
Excellent. Well, hey, thanks so much, and enjoy the rest of the show.
All right, thank you.